Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Mix shots, on your mark, get set, let's camp out. And we start, camping out 2024 here at the River Ridge Sports Complex, where the temps hovered around 60 degrees this morning, and by noon has warmed up to 71. Not bad, right? And Wednesday became the Dallas Cowboys' official reporting day that began with a morning stretch to get the blood flowing. Appears all hands are on deck, with 85 of them on Tuesday's charter flight, and all the rest arriving by the 3 p.m. deadline. The exception, of course, being CD Lamb, withholding services during a contract negotiation, wanting an extension in the final year of his contract. Dak is here, despite being in the final year of his contract. So is head coach Mike McCarthy, despite also being in the final year of his 5-year contract. Geesh, wonder if a head coach has ever held out trying to gain negotiating leverage in the final year of a contract? Just asking. Seems to be in good spirits. Now we are aware of a minor hiccup to the start of training camp. The traditional camp opening press conference originally scheduled for Wednesday pushed back to accommodate the schedule of owner Jerry Jones, but seems to be a good chance of that taking place on Thursday, the first scheduled practice of the 21 planned to take place here but 5 miles of the Pacific Ocean. Plus, the Joneses reported to camp on time, just before the 1 p.m. reporting deadline for the players, showing up around 12:30 p.m. PDT, so no fines will be assessed. Now remember, the first 4 practices are in the ramp-up mode, per the CBA, with the pads finally coming on next Tuesday. So folks, time to get started ourselves, throwing down some opening shots to kick things off, though the official opening ceremony not taking place until Saturday. Why, here we go. No harm, look, no, so many are concerned the Cowboys haven't reached a long-term agreement with Lamb, but so far he hasn't and won't miss much since the next few practices are no more than OTA types. And as you can see, other teams are having problems with player contract, too. It happens. Heck, can remember the days when guys such as Emmitt Smith, twice, and Michael Irvin missed entire training camps, or the days covering this team spending more time chasing unsigned players and their agents than concentrating on what was going on at camp. This will get done. Plus, since Lamb has a guaranteed $17.99 fifth-year option deal, guys don't miss paychecks, especially when guaranteed to get paid $1 million a week. Let that sink in. For example, former Cowboys wide receiver Amari Cooper, on the final year of his 5-year, $100 million deal he had signed with the Cowboys that Cleveland inherited, was going to withhold services fishing for an extension. Well, the Browns and Cooper came to an agreement, the Browns guaranteeing Amari the $20 million base salary, while paying him $10 million of that up front, and giving him an opportunity to make $5 million more. Speaking of former Cowboys wide receivers, Michael Gallup surprisingly decided to retire, but that doesn't really surprise me after seeing him struggle last year returning from his torn ACL the end of the 2022 season. Never seemed to be a guy motivated by money, and just his personality, didn't see how he would fit into living in Vegas for long. Plus, it's not as if the Raiders money whipped him while signing him to a 1-year free agent deal worth just $1.75 million, including $327,500 signing bonus and $827,500 guaranteed. Lamb absent to begin Cowboys training camp. There was a chance that CD Lamb would be absent at the start of the Dallas Cowboys' return to Oxnard for 2024 training camp, considering he began his official holdout in June by not being present for mandatory minicamp. That has now spilled over into late July as he and the organization continue to hammer out the details of a new contract. Lamb, 25, is coming off of a record-breaking season, and he's proven himself not simply the best receiver in Dallas, but arguably the best in the entire NFL at the position. That is evidenced by both film and statistics, considering Lamb produced a whopping 1,749 receiving yards and 12 receiving touchdowns on 135 catches to go along with 2 rushing touchdowns and 6 rushing first downs, because, yes, he operated as a running back on occasion as well. With that type of production, it's a foregone conclusion Lamb will eventually become one of, if not the, highest-paid receiver in the league alongside Justin Jefferson, the Vikings wideout being awarded his multi-year deal earlier this summer. The most prominent recent Cowboys holdout was perennial All-Pro right guard Zach Martin, who made his appearance days into camp after his deal was successfully renegotiated. And though Martin was subject to sizable fines for his absence that were unforgivable, per the league, the CBA allows for any player on a contract to have his forgiven by the club, if the Cowboys were to exercise that right. Lamb is currently still on his rookie deal via the 5th-year option having been triggered in 2023. Until the Pro Bowler appears on the practice field, having worked plenty this offseason with fellow All-Pro and Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott off-site, it will be incumbent upon others like Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, Kavonde Turpin and rookie 6th-round pick Ryan Flournoy, among others, to take advantage of the added opportunities to show what they can do in the battle royale at the position behind Lamb and Brandon Cooks. In April, Lamb made it clear he'll be with the Cowboys in 2024, making his holdout, and fines, simply the cost of doing business. Winning, I'm looking forward to winning and being out there with my guys, and making another run at this thing, he said. Yeah, I'll be in Dallas. The only question now is when. Michael Irvin blasts Dallas Cowboys haven't done anything. 3 of the Dallas Cowboys' most important players are eligible for new contracts, but one of the franchise's Hall of Famers isn't convinced Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, or Micah Parsons are approaching their negotiations the right way. They haven't done anything, Irvin told Clarence E. Hill of the Star-Telegram. We got our top 3 guys that we're about to give all the money in the world. And their families are always running their expletive mouth in the media. That is a hard place to be. So what it says to me is you're about to give money to 3 guys that are not even together. Irvin, of course, won 3 Super Bowls with the Cowboys, during the franchise's most recent run of championship success culminating with hoisting the Lombardi Trophy after beating the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1996. If the Cowboys believe Prescott, Lamb, and Parsons can finally break through as a new core to make a legitimate Super Bowl run, beyond the divisional round of the playoffs, there's little doubt they will be paid accordingly. Parsons believes a lot is riding on this upcoming season for him and his teammates. The mindset I have is we have 7 All-Pros or however the count may be. It might be more, it might be less, we got at least 3 guys I know can be All-Pro. I think a lot of guys are going to have breakout years. I think that plays into it too. When you talk about all these guys, it just leads to saying, hey, when are the other guys going to step up and be better for the team? Parsons is coming off a career year, at one of the most vital positions on an NFL roster, capping the 2023 campaign with a career-high 14 sacks, while adding 64 total tackles. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Michael Irvin? Leave your opinion in the comments.